What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC. Man, this place still sure looks a whole lot different than what it used to be. Why does it look so different? Well, it used to look a whole lot like this. But then something happened. And that was sad times. But all might not truly be lost. Now it's time to see if we can even restore or salvage some of these items. So come along with us and take a little journey on a show that we would like to call Retro Rich's Restorations. All right, welcome back to the table where it's time to see if yet another game has survived. What's the game today? It's Ys, the Vanished Omens for the Sega Master System. Now, this one definitely is a little bit beat up. Wow. There we go. There we go. See inside. This is, wow. This manual is, I don't know if you could hear that. That's now a postcard. That's not coming back. Yeah, it'll probably crack. So, I mean, I didn't expect those kind of things to survive, but we'll put that over here. But what we're looking for is to see if the game can function. And then I think you could kind of see it a little bit. When the light started hitting, ooh, that is really dirty. That's really dirty. That's really bad. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. But you know, in the case is all. So so that's what we're looking at. So we've got to bring our friends to the party. Got some isopropyl wipes. Got the isopropyl alcohol. We've got the cotton swabs, a little Q-tip action there. And of course, I think today is actually going to be the introduction to the sponge. We're going to put some of the isopropyl on the sponge. Of course, we got our friendly guy there. That's going to get used pretty heavy. And of course, also got to have the paper towels. All right, so we can start with the case. So Ys was a game that was in my kind of second generation of collection. I didn't have this one as I was growing up, although I did know about it, and it was an RPG, and I had two others that I really enjoyed. So, you know, I definitely wanted to check this one out. I could never really find it, and it turns out, well, the reason why is because it's pretty hard to find, actually. So, put some stuff on here. A little isopropyl. We're going to try the sponge and see how clean it gets just from wiping the sponge on it. And again, it's just a little isopropyl on the sponge itself. It's taken a little bit off, but there we go. Yeah, this is definitely challenge level. I went right for the gusto when I picked this one. I was actually looking for another game to do the second episode on, but I found this one and I was like, you know what? Let me just try it. And see how it goes. Now again, I'm not looking for perfection, because obviously there's a lot of this stuff that's not going to come back to perfection, but I mean, you gotta have it at least a little clean. I mean, this is gnarly. So put a little on there. We'll see what's going on here. This game, by many accounts, actually, a lot of people really enjoy this game series. And again, I mean, I've never, like, it's one of those top-down kind of action-y, action RPGs. They kind of think like a Zelda, only a little more in-depth as far as the RPG elements go. I also heard that this is pretty difficult. The actual game itself is pretty difficult to play. So let's see if we can get something on the outside here. Maybe we'll just do a wipe. We'll actually just use a wipe on this here. So yeah, the isopropyl got into the what probably looks like maybe a little scratch on the top of this. So that's lesson learned. Hopefully it'll dry okay. But yeah, so this game definitely intrigued me. Of course, it set off a huge series. This is one of those like kind of lost series, to be honest. Not a lot of people outside the hardcore RPG fandom know about Ys, let alone how to pronounce it. When I was a kid, I was like, why is this game called Wise? Like, just, like, why? Are there multiple? Is this like a battle? Do do the letters battle each other? I don't know what, like, why is it called YS? So it's very, very interesting. So as we're going through, I mean, it is definitely getting cleaner. So that's good. The stuff that really concerns me about that is the cart, though. The cart really looks gnarly. So, this might not be a successful adventure, folks, but again, at least if we can get some cleaning done on here, and maybe another couple swipes to go, another set of cleans as we're going along. Maybe some of these can get put in a I don't know, shadow box, or like take the artwork out and put them on something else, and use the boxes for something else, maybe, I don't know. So of course you got to make sure that it's all really safe and all that. So there's some dirt there, but I mean, we can, like, you could barely see it at the beginning of the video. So now we can actually see what's going on, which is kind of cool. There we go. We'll just put that right there. Kind of, you'll hang out there for now. And that's kind of good enough for right now, for that, like, as a first little blush there. Clean that up later. All right, so now, moment of truth here, as we're looking at the cartridge. I mean, these are really rusted right here. And the card itself has got some pretty caked on business. I want to say, is this one of those, let me see if it's on the back of the box. Yeah, it does say includes battery backup memory. Now that's going to be shot. There's no way the battery would have survived that. And in fact, actually, stuff on the cartridge may actually kind of indicate that the battery that was inside may have actually exploded. It might have gone bad. Looking in there, that's real bad stuff there. So now it's time to dip in to the isopropyl. We'll put it right over here. There we go. And we'll take a couple hits on here with this, and I mean, it doesn't like look that terrible when I'm wiping it down. with there. I mean, it's pretty dirty, but it's not like insanely dirty. So who knows? Who knows what's actually going to happen here? Now again, these are some of these games were stored in a couple different places throughout. Let's just call it the studio house, I guess. Some of these games were here in the studio. Some of them were in boxes that I had moved actually outside to the garage because I was moving stuff around in the studio as I was preparing to do more shoots. We were starting to run out of space with some of the games, so I actually had some binned out in the garage. Now, also unfortunately, the garage did not fare as well as as one might have hoped, being several feet again above the level of the the house. So yeah, there's like a rise in my driveway. So, you know, even though it wasn't actually a like really a lot of water that got in there, but it was still 2.5 feet, and that was enough to knock over boxes and, you know, have stuff floating around, and, well, obviously have stuff get real gunked up with this. So, you know, what we're going to do is we're going to try, you know, continuing the buff. We're going to continue to do this buff using as many Q-tips as I can here until I can get it fairly clean. Now, I can already see, even though it is kind of dirty, I can now see the shine. I don't know if you can catch it. You see that? I can get the shine back on these contacts. So, I mean, unless things inside the cart are totally crazy, I mean, you never know. You never know what'll happen. Now, again, there's no way. There is absolutely no way, if there is a battery function in this thing, that is working and or survived. There's just no way. The battery is completely done. That's what's happening there. But if we get absolutely nothing, if we plug it into the Retron, then what'll happen is the next phase will be I'll come back here, back to the cleaning table here, and we'll open the cart and you know, really kind of dig in and see what we can see. So let's see here. But if we get it up and running, you know, again, I probably will continue to clean it, but I might actually clean it offline, because this series is actually just, you know, can I actually make it survive? Which is cool. I mean, it's still really dirty. But now looking down at the cart, it's now looking not so bad. And again, isopropyl, some elbow grease, and some Q-tips is what's getting the job done on this one. So try it one more time. We'll do one more little phase on the contacts of the carts here. It'll be kind of cool, though. It would be kind of cool. You know, again, I'm not like, you know, these are all just, you know, videos of chronicling the journey. Like, you know, is it possible that some of this stuff can survive? Am I expecting any of it to survive? No. I was absolutely floored at that Game Boy Advance. Like 100%, like just to the floor, pass out, done. There was no way that if you told me, oh, hey, here's what's going to happen. All this water is going to come. It's going to take all the stuff away. But also, by the way, if you take this out of the thing and let it dry for several months, and then take it out and give it a nice little cleaning with some isopropyl alcohol, you're going to turn that bad boy on after cleaning the contacts, and it's going to work. I would have told you, you're out of your mind. So, we've got the cart. We got it wiped down. We've got the contacts pretty clean. So let's see what the Retron has to say to this thing. You know, and then if not, we'll be very careful. We'll try to take these off back down here. So let's go.
All right, so we're up here and we've got our cart. Now let's see what we got. Let's go into our testing zone and see what we can see. All right, cool. So we got our cart of ease. We've got our Retron loaded. And like I said, you know, the contacts are pretty good. They're actually pretty clean. We'll see. We'll see what we can see. Let's put it in and see what happens. Zero things happening right there. That's a big nothing. That's a big nothing. And just to make sure that everyone realizes, I'm going to take this out. All right. I'm going to take, you know this guy. And take our golden X word. I'll put it back in. There we go. And it even has our little thing at the end. So there we go. So that's Golden Axe Warrior. So there was nothing. That's a big nothing from ease on our first time around. Let's go downstairs and take this card and open it and see what we can see with this thing. All right, cool. Let's go.
All right, here we are back at the table, defeated currently, but we're gonna give it another whirl. So we're going to try to take these screws out. Carefully. And see what we got in here. Okay, put that screw right there. Just going to want to see like what it is. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be pretty when we open this. So, all right, put this there. All right, there we go. Oh, yikes. Wow, look at that. Wow, that's bad. That's bad news bears. Look at all that. Oh, and it's flaking. Something was flaking. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, a cap that was on here just straight up flaked off. So this one is a total no-go, and the battery even on here is absolutely not. So even though the pins came pretty clean, well, the fact that this cap just literally fell off of this thing, I think this thing is done for. So call that a win for the win for the water, I guess. That's brutal. That's definitely brutal. So, I mean, I know in this venture we're not going to win them all. So, wow. I think I'm going to have to open them. I think we're going to have to crack these almost every single time when we take a look at them, just to see if we can even, if we can even see if it's even worth it to try to start to clean on these things. Man, look at that. Look at that mess. Yowza. All right, cool. Well, let's go to a little bit of a wrap-up. Let's go. All right, so we found our first thing that not even the isopropyl could handle, that's for sure. So, Ease, the Vanished Omens, was our first KO game in this adventure. There will be many more. In fact, we're going to open up as many as we can and try to see what's going on with as many as we can. This was kind of wild, right? Just seeing it just like literally solid like that. So that's pretty crazy. But the other surprise was the back of the cart. Like, take a look at this, guys. Like that is just gnarly. That's some gnarly stuff. I mean, again, that's what happens when you get water. But I will say this, if you look pretty closely there, that isopropyl got off all that stuff on there. But I think there's just too much rust. And this one, I guess, maybe was too submerged and had too much water in it to survive. I mean, that's real bad. Look at that. Look at that stuff. And then, of course, it was so brittle that when we took it apart, I mean, that's just, that just came right off. And, it's the back of the actual cart there. So that was it. That's that there for this episode of Retro Riches Restorations. Unfortunately, we weren't able to restore this one, but we carry on. So we'll come back at you next time with another episode of Retro Riches Restorations, and we'll see if we can actually find one of these games we can get working again. So it is now the end of an episode on here on Bacon Ice Cream Productions. So, of course, we need to thank the members of the Good Times Club, and they are the EverCanadian. Thank you. Thank you to George Games. Thank you to Crimson Cross. Thank you to Chris Westerman. Thank you to Phantom Fiction. Thank you to Skeletrex, and thank you to Lloyd R. Jim for all being members of the Good Times Club. And Good Times Club members are actually seeing shows just like this a full week early before they go live. So hopefully, although it's not a great outcome, you guys will like the episode nonetheless. So, and with all that being said, until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. All right. Well, let's try another one next week.
rtfc.baconicecream.com